Hey everyone, welcome back, and we're going to have a look today at Wolcen and the level 90 Bladestorm Bleeding Edge build. Just a disclaimer, this is an offline character that's been modified to be maximum level and have, lots of gold and primordial essence. I have a video on that in the description below, which you can have a look how to do that yourself, so you can test build yourself as well. So this, like I say, is going to revolve around Bladestorm Bleeding Edge. As I said, this was a legacy character, but we brought it into the new patch. So I've got all the old gear here, and then I've replaced it with, very basic gear just to test how it'll do with the new balance, etc. So we'll look at the skills and stuff. So first off, just stats. Mainly gone into ferocity and toughness with a little bit of wisdom. So I went around 60% into ferocity, 30% into toughness, and 10% into wisdom. Mainly because the build is going to revolve around crits and attack speed, but the attack speed will come from a couple of nodes on the skill tree and the abilities we're going to use. So when you're gearing for this build, you want to go for attack speed where and when it's possible, So we'll look at the skills. First we're going to look at Wings of Ishmir. So this is just like the initiator to get in. What I've gone with is gives a damage buff per enemy hit. That just gives you a flat damage buff when you use it. And then this pulls all the enemies in together, so it's going to stack them up for you, which will stack well with Sovereign Shout. The other things I've gone with are critical chance, a bit more ailment chance, and critical damage. You can probably, mix these up if you prefer something else, but I would say these are the best for you to keep. The next one is Sovereign Shout. This is just a rage generator along with this one, the Wings of Ishmir. So this one, I mainly use it for the stun and the generation, obviously. So take stun, really good. All resist, also very good. I also took the life leech as well when you shout, so if you're surrounded or you're low, you can just dive into enemies and use this, it'll stun them and life leech them. And then this is really good as well, 15% chance to block with any weapon. So since we'll be using a two-hander for this, it'll increase the survivability a lot. And we also take some block chance nodes on the Gates of Fate as well. And this increases the overall effectiveness, so if we didn't have this, we'd have less attack speed, less crit chance, etc. So it improves everything, pretty good. And then also gives us a 25% crit chance as well. Bleeding Edge, I'm not really 100% sure what to do with it. So if you don't like how I've got it set up, try something that you prefer. But the way I've got it set up is to have it revolve around you. So you'll lose 15% damage, but you'll gain an extra second on it. And it'll follow you as well. We also take this for another 4 seconds duration, but it increases the rage cost quite a bit and increases the cooldown, but it's worth it. Then we get the skill damage, which negates the damage we lose there, so we actually get plus 15% damage. And then we also get the ailment passive, so every time it increases the damage dealt by Bleeding Edge for every ailment stack the enemy has. So the more ailments we have, the more damage we'll take. I would say the one weakness with this build is that it has nothing range really. So one thing you can do is make Bleeding Edge target the location that you point to, so you can always drop this or this if you're in a bind. If there's something that's one-shotting you when you're getting close, or you can't get in close, just pick this. Quickly run away and select that. Blood for Blood, really good as well. The main ones to take with this are the ones Unrelenting Attrition, so this makes the Blood for Blood follow you. and then the skill duration as well, so you get an extra 3 seconds on it because it's really short otherwise. The other main thing is this one, so this will buff your attack speed and casting speed per enemy killed within the area of effect. So what you'll do, you cast this on yourself and then kill, like, you know, all the trash mobs, and you'll get a really big attack speed buff. The other ones we take increase the damage over time, also increases health regeneration per enemy hit, so a bit more survivability. Also ailment chance, so we get a bit more chance to you know, inflict bleed. And then you can probably do what you want with the last 2 points, which I just like the reduced movement speed, but you could probably take something else if you wanted to. It's up to you. Juggernaut just for survivability. There's not really too much to it. That's, you know, you can kind of pick what you like here, but I just go with these. So a bit more rage generation when you get hit. You also deal damage back to the enemy when the Juggernaut shields hit. Reduce projectile damage. Gives a chance to stun enemies as well, which is pretty good. Reduce the cooldown. And then damage absorption again, which is based on block chance, which we will have quite a lot of it. And skill duration. Then the last thing is Bladestorm, which is the main thing we're going to be using. So we've got the ailment chance there, so a bit more chance for bleed. It's not much, so you might want to swap it for something else. Maybe, you know, reduce the resource cost, or, you know, one other, maybe a life leech as well is a good option. The main things you do want to take though is this one, so you can move freely while using Bladestorm. Also, this will give you a attack speed buff, which again, like I said, attack speed, it does affect Bladestorm now. So the quicker the attack speed, the more it ticks. So you definitely want attack speed when and where you can get it. This also increases the damage of Bladestorm for every ailment that the enemies have. I don't know how much it increases it, but, you know, damage is damage. And then we've got critical damage plus 25%, and then critical hits with Bladestorm increase its tick rate, so that's really important as well. So we'll look at the skill tree now. That's not the skill tree. Okay, so how you want to line it up, you want to just have red down here, then this one, critical damage multiplier, and then another one to line up with is willpower regeneration becomes rage regeneration. So once you've got it set up like that, you can make the build. So the things that we go for are more crit chance, rage, plus 25 rage per hit taken. Also make sure you take the ones on the side there, just because it's rage cost reduction, so it'll let you keep using Bladestorm for longer. We also take this, so if we get low, a big burst of regeneration will come up. So generally with this build you'll be taking bruiser armor, so that has health regeneration on it by default, so that is a little help there for survivability. The other ones you want to go for is convert physical damage into rend damage. So when you're building this build, you want to get a weapon which is all material damage, so that's physical, rend, and toxic. The other ones is this one, so you get more damage per rage remaining, but the main thing you want here is the plus 35 rage generation on kill, so every time you kill trash mobs you will get more rage to keep just going with Bladestorm. And plus 10% rage generation on hit as well. The other thing is this, so plus 10% material damage, but you can only deal material damage then. It will convert other stuff into material or physical damage, but it's only 30%, so that's why you want to make sure when you get your weapon it has material damage on it. So again, that's physical, rend, or toxic. These are very good as well, so plus 2% damage per enemy within a 4-meter radius. Get an extra 5% on that and an extra 2 meters. So that's just more damage. Also life leech, so you can't go wrong with that. Make sure you get this one at the side as well. That's plus 25% extra. Well, 0.25%, not 25%. Then we want to go up here. This is where a lot of the damage is going to come now. So we get more attack damage, two-handed weapon damage, and then we want to go for this. So when you block an enemy attack, you deal 300% weapon damage to this enemy. You also want to get the one underneath, because that converts it into rend damage. So we'll get rend damage increases on this a little bit here. But the main things we want is the block chance. So plus 10% block chance while a two-handed weapon is equipped. There's also another one on this side, so don't miss that. And you can also get this as well for another plus 6%. Then you want to go around this way with a critical damage multiplier, so obviously more damage. This one is plus 20% damage when there's only one enemy within a 7-meter radius. But you can also make it, if you take the two at the side, it's a -3 to that, so it'll only be a 4-meter radius, and then plus 10% damage, so you'll do an extra 30% damage like when there's a boss or something like that. I did make a video earlier and I totally missed this, and this is the most important one, or one of the most important nodes. So we've got rid of that video and we're redoing it. So there's a lot of crit chance here. You get an extra 20% there, 6% there, and this is very important. Put 10% attack speed fire during 3 seconds on critical hit. So every time you crit, you're going to get 3 seconds worth of 10% attack speed, and then another 3% on top of that if you take this as well, which you should take it. And that's going to blend really well with the skills we've got. Then the other thing is willpower regeneration becomes rage regeneration, pretty self-explanatory. It will just allow you to keep Bladestorm going a little longer. Then the final piece of the build is to take the ailment stuff. So this is just for one extra ailment, which is like bleed. Damage over time applied with a critical hit deals critical damage. So that's just more damage overall, and hopefully you should be critting quite a lot with this build. And then that's it really, but you want to get these two. We just don't have the points for this, but this is an extra 5 ailment stacks that we can put on there. So we should be able to get quite a few. It won't proc very much with the build I've got right now, meaning the gear I've got, because it's just literally trash gear. I'll show you it in a second. So when you start in and you want to go for it, obviously you want to build this area first, and then it's kind of up to you. I would probably suggest maybe going this way, honestly. Get your critical damage. So get these first, these 3, then go for critical damage up here, get the attack speed, come round and get this. Then I would move to this, and then move up, and then get the ailment stuff last, because that's just like a little bonus at the end of the build really, to be honest. Like I said at the start of the video, the gear, all the good gear's in here, but it's all, you know, it's very, very good gear, and I would advise you guys keeping it, but for the purpose of the video and just showing it off, just got some balance gear, some newer gear that drops, so if you want to look at it you can pause, but it's literally just rubbish gear. What you guys will have will be way better, and this is just like to show the build off. Honestly, I just wanted to try it and see how it was, so we'll do a quick level 100, or what shall we do? We'll do a master. So we just accept this.
There's a good kid.
So generally what we'll do, just dive in, use this, and then start spinning. if it's just trash mobs. Now, the big thing here is blood for blood, so there's a load of enemies here. You listen how fast that ticks now. Because of blood for blood, it just shreds. Because of the attack speed bonus. You can also use bleeding edge as well if you want that extra damage and potential ailment chance, but honestly, or just trash mobs, you can probably just use blood for blood and then just listen to it.
I can't do that.
And like I said, this gear is rubbish. There's nothing good about it. It will be much better when with what you guys are offering. I meant to put that on me, but it's alright. But you can see how fast it is now. It does fade off though after a while. You see now it's back to normal, but you do, as long as you don't let go, the attack speed boost does stay for a little while. I meant to put that on me again. I'm not doing very well here. And that's really it, honestly. There's not much more to it. I would just say you only use blood for blood really, sorry, bleeding edge when there is a boss or, you know, something a bit tougher, a rare mob. You don't really need it for anything else. Just seeing if we can find anything a bit tougher. And you can always use your shout for additional block chance, you know, stun. But it really does shred once you get the attack speed up. So if you find a boss, you know, if you can kill a few trash mobs beforehand, it'll definitely, you know, you'll just shred it. So we'll just kill this this special mob down here, and then that's it. I think we've shown it off. So we'll try and kill a few of these real quick, and then go for this. Where's he gone? But we should use bleeding edge here. Of course he moves. But with bleeding edge, it really just... So that's it really. Like I said as well, I do have a description, a video in the description below for how to transfer your legacy characters into the new season. So you can take your old characters and try them out as well. If you had, you know, an old level 90 and you don't want to do all the leveling again, you can just do it. So I hope that helped. If the video was helpful, you know what to do. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.